So this guy, if you remember, there was this story that came out years ago. He had two hard drives. One of them was wiped clean, and one of them had Bitcoin on it. He chucked the one that he thought had nothing on it, and then all of a sudden it ends up in a landfill, and he's stuck like sitting around trying to get permits to excavate this landfill in England so that he could try to get the Bitcoin back, right? So the whole time he's just been lobbying like this local township so that he could go in there and dig through the landfill and hopefully try to find this hard drive. So now he just spent $150,000, $75,000 each, on two of these Boston Dynamic robots to help him excavate the landfill. So I thought it was very interesting because he actually set up like a legit business model. He went to like venture capital firms and he basically said like, "Hey, I'll split the money with you." So it's $200 million in Bitcoin, roughly $200 million in Bitcoin that are on this hard drive. 8,000 Bitcoins is the exact number, and he's trying to recover it. So he went to these VC funds. They're going to get like the majority of the money, right? Because the whole thing is that he can't get the township and the city to sign off on excavating the landfill without like big money behind him, I guess, in a way of like kind of bribing them to let him do it, like to let him dig. Because otherwise he'll never get the permits by himself. So they're getting like almost 100 million or whatever the bulk of the majority of the money is, and he's going to get like 50 million. So, it remains to be seen. Like, we're going to have to see what happens. But he also said he's going to pay out like I think he said he'll pay out like $100 or $200 to like each of the townspeople. So it's actually a pretty good idea. And he also says that he thinks that they could take, in like rummaging through this landfill, they could take a lot of the debris and they could repurpose it into like different biological uses or like composting and kind of like do some productive stuff out of it. So it'll be interesting to see what happens in that front. But I always thought that story was really cool because it's just about a guy who, I mean, it's fine. It fucking sucks. Like, I don't know if I'd be able to sleep at night if I was him, but at least it's like a fascinating story because he had 8,000 Bitcoins. He threw it away. He had it on a hard drive. Like, first of all, if you have a hard drive, right, and you have Bitcoin on there and you're like, oh, this could be like a big thing or whatever. Like, he was clearly bullish on Bitcoin. He's holding 8,000 coins, right? Like, but why would you ever buy two hard drives that look exactly the same? Like, that's pretty fucking dumb. I don't know. It doesn't make any sense to me. That's rule number one. You never have two hard drives out of the same color. How fucking dumb. That's very silly. That's number one. Number two, you literally, before you go to throw something out, you plug the fucking hard drive into your computer and you can see what's on there. You just go to File Explorer, you click on the hard drive, and you look at all the files saved and their properties. And I'm pretty sure if you're a computer guy, you'd know right away which is, where the Bitcoin are, which one has Bitcoin. So,
Yeah, I mean, I feel like this story has been going on for years. They always say they're going to search the landfill and they're going to find the Bitcoin. I think, to be honest with you, I think that Bitcoin's long gone. I don't think anybody's going to find that Bitcoin. It seems like this is a never ending story. But yeah, that Boston Dynamics robot, that's an interesting point that could help them find the Bitcoin. What I don't understand is why they had to lobby the government to get access to the landfill. If I lost 8,000 Bitcoin, you bet I'm just gonna fucking sneak in there and start looking. I'm not gonna wait, for the government to get lobbied.
yeah, what are they gonna do if you just pull up with a squad? Like, what if you just outnumber everyone? Like, what are they gonna do? Let's say the town has like 200 cops or 100 cops or whatever, right? Law enforcement. Like, what are they gonna do if you just show up with like 300 people? You're all fucking digging, and they're all in on it, and everyone's like, all right, if one of us finds it, we're gonna split the money, and then that's it. Like, what do you do? I mean, it's crazy. The other thing too is that here's the craziest thing too. Let's say this guy gets cleared to dig and he's digging very aggressively and he gets to a point where he does find it. It's an older hard drive. So in these older hard drives, they have a disk in them. If the disk is damaged, which it very well could because it's in a fucking landfill, right? It could have been crushed by one of the garbage pieces of machinery. It could have been ran over by a vehicle. If he could dig through this entire landfill, find the exact hard drive, but if that disk is broken, he's dead in the water. Dead in the water. And there's like such like a high chance of that happening. because it's a fucking hard drive. It's literally a piece of plastic with a bunch of metal components and metallic components inside of it. So the odds of it being crushed just from shit being piled on top of it, or something running over it, or animals in the landfill fucking biting it and chewing it apart, it's fucked. Like I would be blown away if this guy even recovers it, and then even more blown away if he somehow recovers it and the disk within the hard drive is intact. I would be fucking blown. I would be like mind fucked.
Yeah, he's definitely not
Yeah, think of all
recovering that
like the
hard drive. I think
raccoons and think
it's a
about all
fool's
the
errand
raccoons
to
and
even think that
oh, sorry, go ahead. My bad. I didn't know you. I thought you were done
No,
talking.
I was
Sorry.
just gonna say it's a fool's errand to even think that he has a chance of even achieving that hard drive. Yeah, the raccoons you said, the briss on it, there's a lot of fires usually in landfills as well. It could get burnt. There could be water, the rain, snow, the elements. That hard drive, is long destroyed. I think it's a wasted and false hope to basically keep looking for this hard drive. I think it's time to move on. You made a mistake. You're not finding the hard drive. Um, you might regret it. You might think back of, but you can't change what has been done. The hard drive is gone. You're not getting the Bitcoin. And that's the fact of life. Focus on something more productive. Maybe start a company and, try and get rich another way, because you're going to spend your whole life keeping looking for this hard drive and looking for the Bitcoin, and you're not going to get anywhere. You're going to be poor.